Let's talk about nominated subcontractor and nominated supplier. It is very common practice in the construction industry that the contractor does not carry out the whole of the works in the contract, especially for the huge and larger project. Some of the works in the contract are subcontracted to others. Subcontracting is very important, especially for the works that require special skills that need to be executed by specialists. For example, certain works such as mechanical and electrical works need to be done by specialist contractor. Not all the works can be done by the main contractor himself, though he has been appointed to construct and complete the project by the client. Nominated subcontractors are nominated by the SO, and the nominated subcontractor then enters into a subcontract with the main contractor. Basically, despite being appointed by the SO, which is the employer's or client's representative, the NSC will not have any contractual relationship with the employer. These affected works are covered under PC sums, or in some cases, the provisional sums in the bills of quantities. These are the parties that involved in the construction contract. As you can see from this diagram, the main contractor oversees and manages the construction of the building for the employer following the architect's and engineer's design. The work is delivered under a contractual agreement. The main contractor will then select his own subcontractors based on their capability, availability, and price. It is called domestic subcontractors. Nominated subcontractors or nominated suppliers are the parties nominated or appointed by the client to execute the works or services which form parts of the main contract. The domestic subcontractors, meanwhile, are the parties appointed by the main contractor himself to execute the works or services which form parts of the main contract with the written consent from the SO. The nominated subcontractor works are covered under PC sum, or in some cases under provisional sums in the BQ. What is actually a provisional sum? Provisional sum means a work or supply of goods or materials which cannot be defined or detailed at the time the tender documents are issued. It covers works or goods which cannot be measured when preparing the BQ due to unavailability of drawings, specifications, and many more. The estimated cost of the works or goods are done based on the information available at that time and to be stated in the tender document. Items for attendance and profit are not required in the provisional sum. Some examples of provisional sums such as landscaping work, playground, and many more. Prime costs or abbreviations PC sum shall means a sum for works or services to be executed by nominated subcontractor, or sums for materials or goods to be obtained from a nominated supplier. Basically, PC sum is the money allocated for the works to be carried out by nominated subcontractor or materials to be supplied by the nominated supplier. Let's have a look at the procedure of nomination or appointment of a nominated subcontractor. The SO is responsible for securing a subcontractor for the work who is normally procured through a quotation or tendering process. The contractor is required to enter into contract with the nominated subcontractor. The SO's instruction must be issued to the contractor to this effect. The SO must not delay the nomination of the nominated subcontractor since it may affect the overall progress of the work and cause financial loss to the contractor. The delay in the nomination by the SO is a ground for the contractor to claim for extension of time and loss and expense. The nominated subcontractor is employed by the contractor, and the contractor is responsible for the due observance by the nominated subcontractor of all terms and conditions of the contract. The contractor has the right to object the nomination made by the SO in certain circumstances. Now, there are 3 reasons that the SO cannot appoint or nominate a subcontractor. Number 1, if the contractor makes reasonable objection against his nomination. The objection by the contractor to the proposed nominated subcontractor must be made in writing within 21 days of the SO's instructions to the contractor to enter into subcontract with the proposed nominated subcontractor. Some examples of grounds for reasonable objections are previous unsatisfactory dealing with the person, technical incompetence of the person, and financial instability of the person. Reasons number 2. If the proposed subcontractor will not accept the terms and conditions of the subcontract. Example in this case are: number 1, completion date of subcontract work exceeding that of main contract. Number 2, subcontractor cannot comply with the provision of the main contract. And number 3, some additional conditions imposed by the subcontractor. Reasons number 3. If the proposed subcontractor will not give the government the required indemnity. Examples in this case are: subcontractor cannot comply with any of the stated terms and conditions of the indemnity or protections. Number 2, additional conditions imposed by the subcontractor in regards to the indemnity.